Good morning, everybody. It's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina. And so I joined this group with Aaron Dowdy and Victor Odo, who have given me advice and guidance over these last several years. I started watching them, and they're a part of the awakening movement. And so they said that we, as light workers, need to stand up and speak our truth at this time. So here I am, sitting down and speaking my truth. But I am speaking my truth in a variety of formats. And so one of the things I'm speaking my truth about today is making soap. This is lavender scented Pure Cal Steel soap from Harris Teeter. You're going to need 2 bars of that. Well, I'm making like a triple batch because I've got a big family. You're going to need some borax. This is awesome stuff. They've been using it for years for laundry, like centuries. And this, my friends, is Arm & Hammer washing soda. This has also been used for years to provide awesome laundry detergent. By making your own laundry soap, you are decreasing your plastic input into the environment, and you are also providing a safer alternative for yourself and your children if you have some. So yeah, we are going to be taking these Castile bars. We're going to be using a little shredder, and we're going to be having a conversation while we do it, because I might as well get on here and start speaking my truth instead of listening to podcasts over and over again about why our world's messed up and all the things that go along with it. I might need to put on a microphone. Here, let me pause it. I'm going to grab a microphone. Well, I guess I don't have my headphones. I don't know where they ran off to. Nope, they're not over there. So we're going to keep going. So I guess I'm going to be shredding some soap today and speaking my truth, because that's what I was born to do, I guess. My family always said things like, why can't you just go along with what everybody says we're going to do? Why do you always have to ask questions? Why do you always have to have a problem? Why do you always have to speak up? Why can't you just shut up? Well, guys, I wasn't born on this planet in these times to ever keep my mouth shut. And this went on through my career as a nurse. I always advocated for my patients. I tried to get my patients the things that they wanted and needed on their birthing process because I worked labor and delivery. And so I was a big advocate, and I always spoke up against the policies and procedures and the management and all the things, and nobody liked me because of that. Well, here I am today getting kicked out of board meetings because I asked the questions. Who gave you any authority except for the people that employ you, which would be me and everybody else that pays school taxes? We give you the authority. We are the ones in control here. And so I want to encourage everybody that has their children in public school system. Granted, I will be honest, my children came out of public school system last year. I was sick and tired of the bullshit, which most of the public school system is built on bullshit because it's all government indoctrinated, and they have to abide by the rules and regulations of those that don't even have children, the elite of this country and the people that make up these fucking rules. Excuse my language, but I'm really just over this bullshit. So I pulled my kids long before, and I had every intention to pull them. I said when Scarlett was finished with kindergarten, we would be done with the public education system because my family said they needed to experience it. And I said, all right, all 3 children will experience it. Boom, boom, boom. They all went first kindergarten, and then they were done. I put them into the Montessori program because homeschooling wasn't an option for me. I need time to do the things like make soap or paint wall murals or make music. That's my journey as of right now, as well as being a mother. I know that private school is not for everybody, but I do know that if you stand up to the tyranny that's happening and you choose to remove your kids from the public school system, the universe will work itself out in ways that you could never imagine to help you and support you on that journey, whether you believe in God or the universe or creator or whoever it is. Also, these are vegan, says you right there, vegan. That means that they don't use any animal products to create the soap, such as mineral oil, which is actually the bones and the body parts that they can't use for meat and food stuff. They boil down in a giant pot and then put it into your makeup and cosmetics. So it's really just dead animal body parts boiled all together. Anyways, that's way off topic. We're going to get back on topic. Speaking your truth, removing your children from the public education system. The more people that remove their children, and just so you all know, 55% of children are not wearing masks in the Dare County school system as of right now. 55% are not wearing masks. That means the majority believes in this movement right now of unmasking our children. If you can go out to a restaurant, walk in the door, and remove your mask once you sit down, there's no reason that children need to be in masks all day long, especially when masks have been proven to harbor carbon dioxide within their restrictive power so that children are breathing carbon dioxide. We are oxygen-breathing animals. Trees are carbon dioxide-breathing creatures, so if we mask the trees, they would be screwed too. Sorry. But we are oxygen breathing folks, and so we need oxygen. So the carbon dioxide meters are off the charts for children. The mask harbors bacteria. It holds bacteria, virus, microbes, all the things within the fibers of it. Children constantly touch their face. Constantly. That's why they get sick a lot. But guess what it does? It builds their immune system. It's on purpose. I remember my mother telling me this story of this little kid that she knew that the mother was adamant about, like, no dirt, wash your hands all the time, wouldn't expose this kid to anything. He like lived in a glass bubble, and I'm pretty sure she told me that kid in his later years died. He had no immune system. Everything was sanitized for him from the moment he was born. We need to allow our children to be kids. COVID doesn't affect them. It's less lethal than influenza, which we have never masked for. So why are we forcing masks upon our children in the public education system? So 55% of parents are sending their children to school without masks on. That means we are the majority. So how do we fight this? You stand up and you remove your kids from public education. They will have to change. They will be forced to change. They will no longer receive the funding that they want to receive to be able to do the things that they want to do. And action speaks louder than words. So in this time of tyranny, in this time of bullshit, we need to stand up and do what is right for the children, because they are the leaders of this world and of our generation as well. They're here to create change. I got kicked out of the board meeting last night for asking who gives that woman the authority. I got kicked out of the board meeting for wanting to have public comment when my taxes, your taxes, everybody's taxes are paying for their fancy little jobs up in that fancy little throne that they think they're living in. We own the schools, guys. We do. Not them, not the people sitting in the board. They don't own the schools. We own the schools. We, as the people, need to take back the power. And remember that in our Constitution and the amendments that they wrote in the Constitution, they gave us the freedom of speech because at one time this country was run by the United Kingdom and you weren't allowed to speak up against the United Kingdom. And the people that founded this country thought that was bullshit. So what did they do? They wrote rules and regulations that we're supposed to abide by. First one, freedom of speech. Second one, freedom of religion, freedom of movement. Second one, freedom of bearing arms if they choose to take away our freedom of speech. We are here to speak our truth and we need to be heard, and they need to stop trying to censor us. How do you get involved? September 14th is the next Board of Education meeting for Dare County Education School Systems. If you don't live in Dare County, how do you get involved? Find out when your next board meeting is. Make a speech. Speak up. The more people that speak up, the less they can ignore this. Next step is to overthrow those in power. Overthrow our governments, our local governments, our Board of Commissioners, our health department, our school systems. We start from the ground and we work our way up. We then begin to overthrow the rest of the government, and we begin to wake up to the fact that we, the people, own this country, not the people that think they are sitting in power. We need to take back our power. We need to release the fear. I have had COVID. I didn't die. How do you not die from COVID? You get your body healthy, you get yourself straight, and you stop eating processed junk, processed meats, processed dairy, processed sugar, any sugar. You stop and you get your body healthy. Then you don't have to fear anything. You don't have to fear a stupid virus. you can keep living your life and not have to fear anything. Truly. I go surfing. I go skateboarding. I'm 36 years old and I act like I'm a 5-year-old and my body loves it because that's what we're supposed to be doing here on this planet, is living. We're supposed to be living. Did you guys know that you were here to live and not to be in fear all the time? I didn't know that until, about a year ago when all this shit went down and I was terrified and I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I need to be free. I need to be here to live and I need to let all this other shit go. So I did. I fucking started living and I released the fear of it and I didn't listen to what the mainstream media was telling me anymore. All right, so the next journey, now that we've shredded all of our awesome soapy shreds, they're all hiding in here. We are going to get our big old jar. I'm always going to make a mess doing this. We're going to get our big old jar. And we're going to pour in 4 cups of washing soda. It's 2 cups of washing soda and 2 cups of borax to every bar of soap that you use. I use 2, so I am doubling the recipe. This has got to be 4 cups of washing soda. I bought the last 2 boxes at Lowe's. They said it's a very busy item, and the old ladies that checked me out, they didn't even know what it was for. That was 3, right? We're going to go 4. 4. Oh, I guess I gotta get my little measuring cup out the bottom. So, this has been a great educational video, right, guys? We made some laundry soap. We learned about freedom of speech. We learned about why we have the First and Second Amendments of the Constitution. And we learned that the Public Board of Education works for us, not for anybody else. They work for the parents, and the majority of the parents say, fuck this, we're not sending our kids to school with masks on. And the majority of the parents are no longer in fear about this when it comes to children, because only 327 children have died from COVID illness. 327. And guess what? Of those 327, the majority of those kids had comorbidities. So technically, they probably didn't really die of COVID. They died of their comorbidities, such as heart disease, diabetes, inflammation of the heart, all those things. I'm sorry that they lost their lives, and I'm sorry that that happened. However, it all comes down to the food we're feeding our children. And guess what? This is the borax, by the way. Guess what? You know what they're feeding our children in public school? Powdered donuts for breakfast. That's a healthy breakfast. Sugar, carbs, no fruit, nothing. Just powdered donuts and chocolate milk, guys. That's going to make your kids nuts, and that's going to make your kids sick. Just letting you know, they're going to get sick. Processed meats, chicken nuggets, pizza, fake cheese, which is like way faker than the vegan shit. And dairy in itself is toxic to humans, but that's a whole different ballgame and a whole different story. So, I'm running out of room in here. I thought oh no. I gotta split it up. I think I've got another jar over there. It's like little soap noodles. They're everywhere. All right, hang on a second. All right, so my big old jar didn't have enough room, but that's okay. I just split it into a mason jar. And put the rest of our soap in there. Bang off the rest of the soap. And as you can see, in a matter of 15 minutes, everybody's got 15 minutes. If you're scrolling on Facebook, you got 15 minutes, so don't tell me you don't have time. I have made a healthy laundry soap that is non-toxic to my family and to my children, that does not cause allergic reactions such as Tide and Gain do in my family. I also made something that didn't use any plastic except for the reusable plastic thing that I've already used a million times. We found this on the playground at one point. So we're not putting any extra plastic into the environment. All good things are coming from this happy laundry soap. And some more good things that are coming, freedom of speech. It's coming back, guys. We've got to have faith. We've got to know that we hold the power and we are the ones in charge in all of this. Take back your power. We are America. We fight for freedom. We are the warriors. So take back your power. Don't be afraid. A lot of the police officers are on board with us. A lot of the police officers agree with us, and the majority of the police officers that were present last night were unmasked. That tells us something. So we hold the power. Don't be afraid anymore. It's not worth it. Take your children out of school, wherever you are at, if you believe that masking is bullshit for children. If you can eat in a restaurant without a mask, a child should be able to go to school without one as well. And we need to start overthrowing our governments and standing up for what we believe in and speaking our truth as loud as we can. So with all of that said, I wish you guys a beautiful day. I hope you go find yourself some awesome laundry soap to make. And I will look forward to talking with you all again soon. Wishing you all so much peace, so much love, so much namaste. Hasta luego, guys. Adios.